Wow, good night. Yo, it's J-Ski. You gotta watch this video, bro. What's up, zombie?
Future. He's a good player and he actually has morals. But yeah, I ain't reading all that. But the real pay dirt was the good old G Dolphin. Now, keeping in mind, this is somebody that also had played with the cheetah a lot in the past. So no surprise here that he's coming out in the defense of Brainsy. But my videos seemed to hurt his soul, because he was a little bit more than upset. He basically had a mental goddamn breakdown on Twitter, going as far as to say, "Fuck you, Zeus, dickhead." So he basically said Brainsy is land proven, even though Brainsy attended one land and didn't make finals and placed something like outside the top 30, which in my mind is not a good performance. Funniest part about all of this is...
How am I, Mr. Innovator? Yo, how are you, Mr. Viewer? I'm alright, though. Dude, I got so fucked around today at work, man. Like, it wasn't even enjoyable, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I got so fucked around, so... They have these pieces, they're called bell end, and you stack one way and then you flip it and stack the other way. That's how they wanted me to do it. But the kid that was working before me was just grabbing them and throwing them in the bucket. And I'm like, why can't I do that? It's not like you guys are just bulking them. You guys aren't putting any labels on them. You're just putting them in a Gaylord and then like gonna put them in a boxes later. And then like this bitch was just like, no, you gotta have them perfect, you gotta have them perfect. So I do, like, dude, it took so long to sit there and be able to, like, alternate each piece and shit, and I'm running 2 machines, and I'm getting so far behind. Like, it's just so fucking stupid, man. Like, it was stupid.
Absolutely nobody agreed with him. There was 112 replies of people basically roasting him into the goddamn earth, getting ratioed on his own tweet by somebody called his...
And then they had me taking out the kid that was there working before me. He just threw them all in the bucket, like how it should be done if you're bulking. And they had me go through this kid's fucking skid of shit or Gaylord of shit and then like rearrange his while I'm doing my own fucking Gaylord and another machine. Like,
Watson, who said,
so much
dude
shit.
Played with cheaters for like 3 years. He also blatantly stream slapped me in Messiah 3 months ago. He probably deserves more hate than he actually gets. Which obviously G-Dolphin ignored because it goes against his narrative, proving him wrong. Now, it wasn't only his Watson that Brainsy has sniped. In his quest for clout, he has attacked multiple big streamers doing the same thing.
I caught Brainsy sitting in my chat, killing me in-game. While he's in my chat, dude.
There was about 2 replies that agreed with him, though. One of them being somebody called Lil Scrappy, who basically said he doesn't think Brainsy is cheating. But keeping in mind, you can't trust a word Lil Scrappy says because he goddamn plays with Brainsy. So in my mind, he goes into the garbage pile with the rest of them, purely by association. Some of y'all went way too hard on G-Dolphin, though, and I can't even read these on YouTube. But I replied to him saying, he's not a victim, use your goddamn glasses, because I provided receipts. He then decided to reply to my tweet just to get absolutely torched alive. Like, not even his own girlfriend liked his replies. He just dug himself aground, calling me an angry, miserable person, when he's the one calling me the dickhead. I have no reason to even insult G-Dolphin. And trust me, it'd be incredibly easy to do. Unless it comes out that you've been cheating in the future, then you're getting torched alive. But as for now, you're safe. You get a green card, you've been roasted enough on Twitter, I'm not gonna add to that fire. So now, finally, let's get into the meat and goddamn potatoes. The evidence. Let's rewind.
You were forced into retirement? Fuck, dude. I was debating on my way home. I was like, is it do I play Apex, fucking RuneScape, or MLB? I think I should have stuck with MLB.
The clock all the way back to August 2023, when somebody that everybody watching this video should remember for very bad reasons. And that's a name called Facilitator, one of Brainsy's best friends. Now, him, Facilitator, Invulnerable are the trio notorious for grinding rank together. Now, Facilitator ended up getting banned twice, and then the final time he got banned was when he hit #1 pred. This is a clip from Brainsy the day before the ban went out.
Oh, ego. What the Oh!
And Brainsy can't pretend he didn't know Facilitator was cheating because he'd already been banned twice before that clip. But the very next day after that clip was when the ban hammer came for Facilitator.
Oh, man. No. That makes more sense now. Wait! He just got fans! He just got fans!
He tweeted out flexing his #1 rank just to get goddamn ratioed by community notes saying he couldn't do it because he cheated. So poor little Brainsy had to find somebody new to play with, seeing as his two buddies had just gotten banned. Which in walks Flux and Remzi. What a great team. Absolute dynamic trio. Oh wait, Brainsy's competitive teammate Flux ended up getting banned for cheating, and so did Remzi. What a surprise. Isn't Brainsy just so unlucky that all his teammates continuously
I'm gonna be
get
his
banned?
fire. Yeah, I
It's
was fucking
almost
loving
like
that last
he's
night.
a part of the cheater community. Almost. I'm not saying anything. It may be just a coincidence, you know. Zeus from the future, I have to add to this video because I reached out to Remzi and he actually dropped a bombshell of information. Since he got banned, he quit Apex entirely, so he was very open about talking about exactly what happened. He used to play with a lot of pro players like Rogue, Reptar, Eurus, but as soon as he started playing with a known cheater, they all cut him off. And that's what he thinks got him banned. And while he doesn't mention any names, he does say there's a lot of pros who loved the screen share radar, which we all saw proof of Brainsy using. Seeing as he mentioned a lot of pros cheating, I was curious as to what kind of cheats these pros were using, seeing as he was in the community for such a long period of time, he would actually know. And what he said is the best DME cards cost around $900, but the firmware can be even more expensive than that, up to $1,500, and then they'll have to replace and update that constantly. Basically saying the people that really don't want to get caught are paying thousands and thousands of dollars. But the biggest piece of info he gave us was that 2 years ago they had a guy at EA that would service us for money to get their accounts unbanned. And that should not be a surprise to anybody, seeing as Facilitator got unbanned multiple times. This whole topic deserves its own video. Let's get back on track. Now, up to this point, Brainsy can pretend that he had no idea his friends were cheating, that just every single one of them kept on getting banned mysteriously. Until in walks Jelly, who we have in the Discord with him streaming the UAV. So not only is everyone in that Discord cheating, being able to see the minimap, but it's proof that Brainsy had to be aware of what was going on, which is obvious to absolutely anybody with one brain cell. But shocker, his boy Jelly ended up getting banned. He's still very much so good friends with Jelly even after he got banned. Jelly is currently his moderator, who will ban you if you go into his chat and accuse Brainsy. It's kind of ironic how the cheater got banned and is now the one banning everyone else that calls them out. All this information I'm sharing you isn't even the smoking gun that proves Brainsy needs to be torched from Apex. This is a smoking gun that is irrefutable evidence that he needs to be banned permanently from Apex Legends. Motherfucker went from pred to bronze in a second.
You know, those people don't realize that I literally got on console. I've never been banned on PC.
Yeah, is the account getting unbanned soon?
Yep, in less than like 60 days or something like that.
What do you even
Okay.
get banned for?
Gaining too much RP, right here.
Yeah, bro, you got
Yeah, that's never happened.
I'm getting pounced on by them.
Benji, chill,
These guys are
Benji.
both one,
What are you doing?
they're both one. He's doing a finisher.
What he just admitted to is called ban evasion. He is currently banned on his main account. His highest level account got absolutely torched, and his excuse was for gaining too much RP. I don't know how somebody can be so dumb. Not even his own friend that D-rides him believed him.
Yeah, bro, you got
Yeah, that's never happened.
He quite literally said, yeah, that never happened because it never did. No one in the history of Apex Legends has been banned for gaining too much RP. That is simply a blatant lie. At the same time in January, when he got banned, there was a massive ban wave for all the teamers in console. Now, obviously, Brainsy wouldn't have access to the cheats he normally uses on PC, so it does kind of make sense that he would do other forms of cheating like teaming, but we don't have evidence of that. What we do have evidence of is of ban evasion, which is against EA terms of service and should be 100% punishable by permanent ban. If they find you to be cheating and ban your account, there is no loophole. There is no get out of jail free card. Do the crime, do the goddamn time. Nobody banned on Apex should be able to get around that, especially cheaters like you. It's an absolute stain on Apex Legends esports as a whole that you were even allowed to attend the last LAN. Now with this new information and proof of your ban evasion, you still currently being banned to this day, there should be an immediate permanent ban of your account. I don't want to ever hear the name Brainsy again, because you have proven yourself time and time again to A, constantly surround yourself by cheaters, B, proven to be a part of the cheating. Even if it's not on your own PC, the fact that you're using a UAV is cheating. You are an absolute shit stain to the Apex community, and I think it's time the devs made the right decision to wipe you off the face of this game. I don't think anybody wants to hear the word Brainsy again, let alone to be seen playing or supporting him. He had his goddamn chance to come out with the truth and burn all the cheaters that he played with in the past and distance himself from that community. You're very much showing you're still a part of the cheating community, which is one of the main things killing Apex. It's people like you that we don't need in this community. And G-Dolphin, I don't expect an apology. But what I do expect is to do a little bit more research before you come out in anyone's defense. It's a very common misconception just because someone's good at the game that they wouldn't cheat. And I know you don't report on this, so you're less aware of someone like me exactly what's happening in the community. But cheating in competitive, especially in my region, has been a massive problem for a long time now. And a team like Shadow qualifying for a LAN by being boosted by a cheater is a very real thing that's happened, and the harsher the penalties they give these cheaters, the better for the entire community. But that being said, that is the massive positive to get out of this situation. The support was absolutely insane. The amount of people sticking up for me on Twitter, sending me emails, tweets with proof of exactly what was going on was overwhelming. Now, what I didn't include in this video is all the clips you guys sent me. Yes, there's a lot of cheating clips floating around at Brainsy. You can find many of those clips and videos online. I just wanted to focus on the stuff I could 100% prove to be fact. That is all for today. I didn't want to make this video because in less than 24 hours, I'm getting on a plane and going on a goddamn holiday in Bali, which I definitely need. So if anything crazy happens in the next few days, don't expect an update video. What you can expect is me to upload some Bali content on my fitness channel. So this is my physique pre-Bali. We want to come back not too much better, but like my legs are pretty lean and my upper body is like probably not the leanest it's ever been, but I'd say it's above 10%, below like 12%, somewhere in that range right now. Let's see the difference that Bali makes, good or bad.
Bali. Holy fuck, mate. Oh my god.
Then Chronos says, did 50k bits at 20 seconds left? Pirate says, okay. What is the alt account? Chronos replies, serendipitous bean, where's the beef? And then below that, he says, didn't mention this to the mods either. Now the challenge is to clear the queue. We were actually able.
Okay. Give me a sec, I'm gonna go take this shirt off and stuff, man. I feel like a fucking grease ball sitting here. I feel disgusting after eating McDonald's, but I've been craving it, which is weird because I don't even like McDonald's. Dude, McDonald's Coca-Cola is so good. Get this fucking clothes off me. Oh, Fearless Gamer coming in. Oh man. Oh, my toes. It's dead. Now put me on the TV. If you know, you know. I feel that. I feel that. Yo, I'll be right back, dude. I gotta go take a piss so bad. Alright, we back, baby. Oh, man. My fucking... It's killing me. There's so much leaning over today. Jesus.
Able to receive an archived VOD of this stream. As a matter of fact, if I go ahead and jump over here to 726, we're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
I wished I could place my head between them and go full burr mode and make...
What?
So this is him pulling it up on stream here, and I'll just go ahead and let the rest of it play, as you guys will see that this is indeed pirate software. The information that I'm going to be presenting to you guys in this video is going to, at a bare minimum, showcase yet another example of pirate software being incredibly scummy, or it could also include pirate software breaching the terms of service of Twitch, or at its worst, could actually spell legal consequences for pirate software. Now, at the time of recording this, I've spoken to a lawyer, and I'm actually going to be including a few clips from our conversation that we had, as I think they're useful for this video. But I'm also going to be creating an update video where I go much more in depth with this lawyer after we fully go through the details of all the information that we've gathered. Through other people, we've also been able to get in touch with someone who works at Twitch to go over this possible alleged terms of service being broken at Twitch. I should also make it very clear that the legal ramifications are not going to be gone in full depth here, and they are just alleged right now. I'm not saying that he has broken any laws yet, but there is potential. But with this oversized preamble out of the way, let's get into the video. Now, this all starts late one night just a few days ago, when somebody in my Discord, shout out to CK, ends up sending in a screenshot of this tweet. This tweet comes from Guy, and they say pirate software accidentally revealed his DMs with Kronos during the April 1st Twitch Giga Train, showing that they were boosting it themselves. This is why the stream is unavailable to watch. And here we have this screenshot. I want to make it clear at this point, this is the only thing that we have in regard to this situation. So let's take a look at that screenshot. Now, in this screenshot, it is Pirate wearing a banana costume, or excuse me, a long lemon. And he's on Discord here, and it looks like he must have accidentally pulled up this Discord interaction that he was having with Kronos. That's his lead moderator. Reading off the messages here, the first one from Kronos is, Pirate responds, let me know if you do. Bits is going to be the best way to do it due to the return if you need to save it. Kronos says, bits rather than tier 3s? Pirate responds, tier 3s might be better, don't know. Bits is 82% return when you buy them in bulk. Have you bought any yet? Kronos says, I've done 100 tier 1s on my personal, ready to do 40 tier 3s on an alt, can do bits instead or both. Then Kronos says, did 50k bits at 20 seconds left. Pirate says, okay. What is the alt account? Kronos replies, serendipitous bean, where's the beef? And then below that, he says, didn't mention this to the mods either. Now the challenge is to clear the queue. So that's a lot to throw at you at once, and we're going to pick it apart as we go over this video. But what is going on here? Now, to preempt this, some people might know that Twitch uses this thing called a hype train. Essentially, the more you get donations or gifts in a short amount of time, it raises the level of this hype train. And when you pass certain benchmarks, people unlock things. For instance, last year on April 1st, back in 2024, Twitch's hype train record smashed again by Pirate Software. And they go into detail about Pirate breaking the Twitch hype train world record, with his channel reaching level 106 on April 1st. Once the hype train was initiated, it took Hall roughly 3 hours to beat his previous level 55 world record from December, with viewers contributing 54,380 gifted subs alongside regular subscriptions and 8.2 million bits, likely earning Hall a healthy 6-figure sum in the process. And he goes into a bit more detail. Hype trains, a feature that Twitch launched in 2020, are a limited time event triggered when a
Jokes
channel
up, baby.
receives an
Cheers,
uptick in
everybody.
bits or subscriptions, pushing past a streamer designated threshold. And you can see here that the people that were a part of this hype level 100 train were given the Kappa Infinite emote, dropping in chat for hype train participants. I wanted to show this because it'll be important later, but Vedal is a name of a VTuber who ended up beating that record and getting to a 111 level hype train. And this is what Pirate Software had to say when they found out their record was broken.
So Vedal broke the hype train record. Vedal's record is now level 111, and that's wild. I think that's freaking incredible, to be honest with you. With help from Valorant, I mean, yeah. So during that hype train, they got an extra 19,000 subs from Valorant, which is wild. Like, absolutely wild. So I think they ended up with something like 80,000 subs. Our hype train was 54,000 subs, but you guys had given 8 million bits. And that was kind of the difference between the two. No, there's no cheating. No, don't try to diminish what they did at all. I think Vidal is an amazing content creator. I think Neurosam is cool as shit.
So that specific part about cheating, what do you think that Pirate means by that cheating? He said, no, let's not take that away. I don't think there was cheating. Don't diminish that. I would assume that cheating in terms of building up a hype train would maybe be to artificially inflate it yourself, by chance coordinating with a mod of yours, maybe your head mod, to keep a hype train alive. I would say that myself. Could be wrong, interested to hear what you guys think, but let's continue on. And to make it clear, we're not contesting his 106 level hype train that happened back in April of 2024. I have no reason to believe that there were any shenanigans involved with his 106 world record breaking one, as I don't have any evidence of that. And regardless of your understanding of his pattern of behavior, anything like that, I'm not making that allegation myself. I'm not saying anything about that specific achievement. We're talking about this year, April 1st, 2025. Now, I think one of the most important parts about this is validating that this is a real screenshot. And how are we going to do that? Because as it stands right now, Pirate Software had removed the YouTube VOD, and as well as the Twitch VOD ends up deleting itself after 60 days. And I think we hit that threshold. Now, this leak could be the reason that this ended up getting taken down, this VOD, but there's another potential reason as to why, and it actually comes from that head moderator that you saw in the screenshot, Kronos. Now, I had replied to Guy, and I'm actually going to show you two different ones. The guy actually posted this screenshot in a couple of other places. I said, hey, where were you able to find this? Would like to get some more info on this. And then they replied, it's my own screenshot from the stream, ex-subscriber. And so I said, could you send me a screenshot of where that file is in your folder, just so we can see a timestamp of that picture? I know that's weird, but the more info we have, the more we can validate this. And I give my Discord. Well, Kronos replied back, and you guys might recognize this phraseology here. You could have asked me about this one had you reached out. Well, I couldn't reach out to Kronos unless I added him and then he accepted my friend request on Discord, since we don't share a mutual server, which means I can't just message him even if we aren't friends. But he goes on to say, I've spoken about this before, but I guess the truth isn't as compelling. Kronos VII on Discord. VOD was removed to prevent a 2025 repeat of people watching the 2024 video and messaging donators, myself included. Now, I should note that I also said, if you could send me your January comments relating to this, I'd love to have them. Also, sent you a friend request on Discord. That was 12 hours ago. He still has not added me back, still waiting on that response. But I think to remain charitable here, the VOD was removed to prevent a 2025 repeat of people watching the 2024 video and messaging donators. Let's just go with that. Now, Kronos made another reply, and I want to highlight this. He said this before, in January during the WoW drama, people contacted me and others about donating during the hype train record in 2024. This year, I did less from my main and did some on an alt. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a bit confused about this message. People contacted me and others about donating during the hype train record in 2024. I think he's saying that in the same fashion that they were people harassing donators in the last one back in 2024, he didn't want to have the same issue, so he donated and wanted to make donations from that alternate account. Now, based on how I'm reading this, and again, I could be wrong, maybe I'm misunderstanding what Kronos said, but he said that he did do 100 tier 1s on his personal. Now, if you have an issue with people harassing you and you end up using an alt, I would figure that you would probably send most of the donations through that alt account, but sending 100 separate tier 1 subs, or maybe they were grouped in 5s, 25, maybe did it all at once.
Brother,
that's still
I had
putting
him
your
down
name
to
out there. That's
1
still going to get people to
HP,
message
this
you.
heals
So,
by
I mean,
40.
having the VOD deleted afterwards
Suck
is
my
going to solve all
flaccid
of it
penis,
regardless, so you
bud.
shouldn't have to worry about if you donated it using your personal account. The VODs have been wiped. I just wanted to make sure I went through both of his messages. I'm not trying to cherry pick here, but let's move on to how we were able to confirm that this existed in the first place. Number one, Kronos is not refuting it, but more importantly, number two, we were actually able to receive an archived VOD of this stream. Now I'm about to show you guys an archived VOD of this exact stream where we're able to prove that those
My left ear is really enjoying this video.
Now, at the time that I first showed this, and the first time that I had found it in my Discord, is that's where it was sent in, I didn't know who had archived this, but I want to give credit to the individual who had this archived VOD, and that is Scorpion from MK on Kiwi Farms. And I want to apologize that I did not know this going into my stream. Again, you deserve full credit for this, and I genuinely really appreciate that you had this VOD. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this solid proof to back up this screenshot that we had found, so thank you. Here it is in all of its glory. It is 11 hours and 59 minutes and 57 seconds. To the best of my knowledge, this stream was 12 hours long. So they usually do that 11-hour 55 cut, so we have the entire thing, and it's not super relevant to be missing those last couple of minutes because we have everything we need here. As a matter of fact, if I go ahead and jump over here to 7 26, we're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about.
I wished I could place my head between them and go full burn mode and make...
What?
So this is him pulling it up on stream here, and I'll just go ahead and let the rest of it play, as you guys will see that this is indeed pirate software. You can see his messages between Kronos, the ones that we were just showing you, and then you're going to watch him go ahead and delete the text-to-speech that he just heard.
What? What is this? Where is it? I'm gonna find this. I need to find your message. God damn it, click. Click, you garbage machine. What? Who are you? Why are you like this? Number 420. Deleted. Jesus Christ.
Now, number one, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's aptly proving that yes, this is indeed pirate software. He's going through, he deleted the text-to-speech, you heard him talking about it, and he had the authority to delete that message. Now, the other thing I found interesting about this little chain of events here is that he quickly switches to a different DM after he realizes that this is on screen, and that happens before he goes to his Discord, and he looks a bit panicked, but that again, I'm speculating here, right?
What? What is this? Where
he jumps over to this one first to, you know, clear so you guys can't see what he's saying to Kronos, and that's when he starts looking for his server.
is it? I'm gonna find this.
I mean, that is pretty guilty behavior.
Click.
Now
That is
that we've
something someone
confirmed
that's
that
guilty
this
would
really does
would
exist.
do,
It
for
existed
sure.
on that VOD. Let's
That's
take
crazy.
a look at that screenshot again. So this specific bit up here, let me know if you do. Bits is going to be the best way to do it due to the return if you need to save it. Bits rather than tier 3s. Tier 3s might be better, don't
damn,
know.
that's
Bits is
pretty convincing.
82% return when you buy them in bulk. Have you
No
bought
reason for
any
him to
yet?
click on
My
another
leading theory
chat.
here, specifically with that 82% number that Thor is throwing out, has to do with the conversion rate when you get bits into a Twitch stream. Now, as you can see here, when your viewers perform and confirm an action that requires bits within the extension on your channel page, you'll earn 80% of 1 US cent per bit used, and the remaining 20% is shared with the extension developer. So here's that 80%, but let's do a little bit of that math. So taking a look here, I just took a screenshot. It went into a Twitch stream, went to the bits, and you can actually get a 12% discount at 25,000 bits. So that puts you at a $308 price tag. Now to make this a bit easier to understand, one of my buddies here actually created this here, so special thanks to them, but we're showing that 82%. So bit is 82% when you buy them in bulk. What he means is, if you spend $308 to buy 25,000 bits, donate them, the streamer gets $250. And then of course, Twitch takes its fee, that 20% being $58, which means that $250 is the money going out, like to the streamer, and $308 is the money that you put into the system to give that $250 to the streamer. So that's how you end up getting a return on your money of 81.1.6. Now there is that 0.84%, discrepancy between this 81% and 82% the pirates are referencing, but I think that that is a safe enough margin of error when we're talking about this. But all of that math is to show that this 82% return when you buy them in bulk is referencing that they are receiving 82% of the funds that are used in these donations, meaning that 82% is going to Pirate Software, which would then in turn, and I think the only reason Pirate Software is talking about this return is because that money would be going back to Kronos. So not only would he be able to donate to this hype train and help it out, which he literally admits to, as we see in these messages here. Right down here, he says, did 50k bits at 20 seconds left. But they're also trying to save as much overhead as possible and get it back to Kronos without bleeding as much money. Now, I'm sure there's a potential for another reason for them to have been talking in this way. That is my best guess based on the information that I was able to pull about the bits, percentage of what goes to the creator, what ends up going to Twitch. Interested to hear what you guys think if anyone understands these systems a bit better. Now, another wrench in this point is the fact that Kronos lives in the UK, so we don't know for sure if he's using that or, the currency where he lives. And that could play a factor since the price of bits is different based on where you're from. Now, we're about to get into where this could potentially break terms of service with Twitch and some of that potential legal aspect to this. But first, I want to go over that alt account that Kronos is referencing. Now, this is that serendipitous bean account. It does exist on Twitch. Moreover, if we go over and look at the overview for this profile, and that's over here on Twitch Tracker, we can see that the account was created April 1st of 2025, which would line up with the timeline of having this alt account created on the same day that this stream was recorded. And then going back here, we can see Kronos referencing what his alt account name is and saying, where's the beef? Now, this is important. As a matter of fact, still in Pirates Discord, there are these answered TTS from 3 months ago, which lines up with that time frame. And here we can see, probably the one that I'm specifically referring to here, is is my favorite ferret is beef because where's the beef? So I think it's pretty safe to say we can tell that this is Kronos, since he literally said verbatim, where's the beef in the Discord messages between him and Pirate. So we know for a fact that Pirate has seen, can confirm, and knows that Serendipitous Bean is Kronos's alt account. Not only that, but we have something super cringe. So that was the first Twitch text-to-speech, and we could actually kind of attribute that maybe Pirate didn't know that that was the alt at the time that that text-to-speech went out. But we do know for a fact that the second text-to-speech that was sent out by Serendipitous Bean, Pirate knew full well that it was Kronos. That's going to make the second clip I'm about to play you that much more painful to watch. So here's that where's the beef text-to-speech here.
Serendipitous Bean with 25,000 bits said my favorite ferret is beef because WHERES the beef.
So that was the first one sent from Kronos, and this is the second one.
Serendipitous Bean with 50,000 bits said IRL friend of Kronos and excited that they are now free from corporate.
I know.
Love your stream and what you do for people here. There aren't many cool or supportive streamers left once they get big like this. Stay cool, bud, and tell Kronos that Ben sends their regards.
I'm sorry you had to know Kronos in real life,
with
just like me.
500 bits said when is Yar pregnant man going to be real?
He had to do a little glazing for his boss, but oh my god, that was painful, knowing now that that is actually Kronos. But now lastly, over here at the bottom, didn't mention this to the mods either, so this wasn't, you know, planned amongst all the other mods, but then right below that says, now the challenge is to clear the queue. Now what's this clearing the queue? Well, there's actually an answer, and this is in the form of one of Pirate Software's shorts.
What's the TTS queue and wait time? So every time somebody donates to do a TTS, I actually have a system, and you can see it goes into this queue. Every time I hit this button, like this, it eats
Amph cheer 500 loving war within so far as a warlock.
But yeah, your message then goes into Discord. It actually has a timestamp here to show where that's going on, so you can click on it, and it works, right? And then if I don't get to your message by the end of the stream, it goes into debt. And right now, we've given $56,805 to charity since November of last year, because if I don't answer your message, I don't deserve the money, so we pay it to charity.
So I think that's all that you specifically need to know. Now we understand that every TTS that doesn't get cleared through the queue, meaning Pirate ends up playing it for the stream, that ends up all getting donated to charity. And it seems like Kronos is well aware of that fact. And so now the challenge being to clear the queue means that they want to make sure that they get through everything so that none of it gets donated to charity. Now that could be nefarious, but also at the same time, I think the goal is that he does want to read through them all because he wants to, you know, appreciate the people that have been sending the money to him. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure their goal is to get through every single one of those text-to-speeches, and inevitably, you know, they will end up donating some to charity because they might not be able to get through all of them in a single stream. And it ends up being that if they don't read it, ends up going to charity. So I don't really see an issue per se with that. Some people could take it that way. I don't think I necessarily need to make that argument because I think there's a reasonable understanding that of course the goal is to clear the queue every time, and it's not just because it's all going into their pockets, although that's the main reason, but they do also just want to respect the viewers that have sent their money in. But now let's talk about that Twitch terms of service and if this is breaching that terms of service. Now this hinges on the hypothesis that Kronos is getting paid back by Pirate through these bit donations that he did. And he did 75,000 bits in total, so $750. Now, of course, there was a little bit less due to that 12% discount, but that's the ballpark here. And again, reached out to see if someone from Twitch can actually better clarify if any terms of service were broken. So at this moment, this is all just speculation and I don't have any other confirmation. Now, what I'm showing you guys here is from Twitch's legal bits acceptable use policy. Now, I'm just going to read the title of this area that I'm going to be reading from. Bits cannot be directly exchanged for items or services of value. Now, that specifically directly exchanged is a bit, you know, convoluted here since it's going directly to the stream, but then supposedly, potentially, Kronos will be getting paid back. The front line reads, don't engage in an exchange of bits for items or services that typically are associated with a cost or value. Communities can gather to achieve a goal that unlocks a benefit or experience for the community, explained further below. Creators can announce benefits in response to individual cheers. However, in each of those scenarios, the activity does not provide a return of anything of value. And down here explicitly, it says, now the don'ts that constitute violations of this policy. Don't solicit bits in exchange for money or donations, and don't request money or donations for bits. Now, this doesn't work because Pirate is not saying, hey, we're, you know, giving you guys money if you give me bits. And it's also not Kronos requesting money for those donations. But if we come down here, we can see this specific point here: selling, offering to sell, trading, bartering, or transferring bits to other users of Twitch in exchange for real or virtual currencies. Now this, we could make the argument that the selling, or I should say offering to sell or transferring bits to other users of Twitch in exchange for real currency would be the equivalent of Kronos donating those bits to Pirate's stream, knowing that he's getting this, as we talked about, that 82% return. Or I should say that that 82% return is going to Pirate. That assumption being that this return of 82% is for Pirate so that he can get it back to him and lower their overhead costs. Now again, there is nothing directly stating outright you cannot, as like a moderator or an employee for a streamer, donate bits to, get that money back afterwards. But there's no specific ruling on that, or not at least that I've seen from the research that I've put together, or that any research with people that I have worked with making this video have found themselves. Now, other examples of this Twitch terms of service potentially being broken here has to come from spam, scams, and other malicious conduct. And listed below in, for example, you may not, it includes this part here about engage in viewership tampering, such as artificially inflating follow or live viewer stats. Now, my expert armchair analysis, I would look at that and go, okay, well, they were seemingly based off of, Kronos directly saying, I added those 50k bits with 20 seconds left. It sounds like he is artificially, with coordination from Pirate Software, keeping the hype train going, which may look like natural engagement, which may incentivize other people to donate to the hype train because they want to build it up, because there is a potential that they unlock this emote or they unlock other rewards in the progression of leveling up this hype train. I think this might also contribute to the cheat the Twitch reward system, in which case I think maybe you could make that argument, but at the same time, the alternate account that he would have been donating these bits on wouldn't really be cheating that Twitch reward system, since he would be receiving the rewards from it. Again, that's more like incentivizing other people that would naturally donate. They would be more likely to donate if you were getting closer to one of those goals. And they got closer to that goal by artificially inflating the train. Pyrocynical is going to have a heyday with this video if he ever reacts to it. Now, the last big TOS thing that I have here is under prohibited conduct here. Specifically here under II, it says impersonate any person or entity, or falsely claim an affiliation with any person or entity. Now, technically, Kronos impersonated someone that was friends with Kronos. I think that's a really lame technicality, but at the end of the day, he did pretend to have a friend, which is kind of funny. But more specifically, in the second part of this II here, it says, misrepresent the source, identity, or content of information transmitted via the Twitch services. I would say by using an alternate account and not disclosing that to the public that was viewing the stream would count as misrepresenting the source and identity of the person donating. But all of these potential breaks in the terms of service could mean absolutely nothing. Now, I spoke with the lawyer that had actually worked with Private Parts back when he received a cease and desist from Pirate Software in regard to his video game, including Pirate Software's voice in it. Now, I spoke with him a little bit about this specific point, and he had some really interesting information to provide in regard to the fact that Pirate Software might have a different contract with Twitch that would supersede the terms of service that would typically apply as a blanket for most people that are streaming on Twitch.
There's another layer here too, right? Okay. So there's the terms of service that most of us are going to have available to us. But someone like him, he may have a different terms of service that we don't get to see. He may have a separate individual contract. He could have a separate written agreement that says literally on it, Twitch terms of service are superseded by our written agreement thusly. You may only think you may think, and Twitch may allow you to think, because that seems more fair. It seems like more fair for gamers if the rules are all the same for everybody. But no, they don't have to tell you that. Nobody has to tell you that. So he has, and I would be kind of surprised actually if he didn't have a separate agreement that said those terms of service do not apply except to this extent, or superseded except to this. I mean, if I were him, I would want to have a separate agreement, and his agreement might, it's possible. Who knows? We don't know what his contract is. We could talk theoretically about what Twitch's terms of service, how it would apply if it applies to him, but we honestly don't know. And that kind of thing is not that uncommon in the real business world. Like when it comes to real business and you're dealing with real large amounts of money, people have individual there's contracts of adhesion, we call them, are the ones that ordinary users can't change. Right. Ordinary users have no opportunity to change. But when you get into like where real money is changing hands, people don't do contracts of adhesion. They're custom. That's why you have lawyers. You negotiate these things. They are negotiated. he may have had it so that like this doesn't even apply at all, and it's not like he's expressly allowed to, but it's just like the prohibitions that would normally prohibit this do not apply, and maybe Twitch doesn't even give a fuck.
Sure.
Like what's their downside? They're still getting paid, right?
Right.
So their only downside would be if it looks real bad.
But now let's specifically tackle legality. Like, US law, is what he did illegal? Based off the information that I have now, it's very, very shaky at best. And I say that because it's the information that I have right now. Now, in a future video here, probably within the next few days.
I mean, I'm sure people launder money through fucking donations all the time. Like, it's nothing new. Be the easiest way to do it. Oh, what the helly? Get that shit out of my inventory. Eat. Motherfucker, die. No, I didn't have my defender on. Free! Free! Good old moons, man. Alright, let me need that. Free! $62. Kill him. Kill him. He's one. One. I shouldn't have ate. Yeah, I should just went for the KO. There we go. Man. I'll be back, gentlemen. I'm gonna go grab a glass of water. peanuts are delicious. Mm-mm. Wham! Finish him. Honestly, give me the Eclipse chest plate. We don't have to do Eclipse no more. Please, bro. I'll take the maple seeds, dude. Some good fireman XP. Ooh. Could almost do his story. Hey. What am I doing? What in the fuck am I doing? We lagging. We good. What the helly? Wouldn't mind being able to put on a movie or something, but let's just go kill this fucking goober. But ah, sorry. Bro, what the fuck kind of website did... Yo, I may be blocked from chat. No, I was looking at this insane website I just found. Look at this fucking website I just found with all these movies and shit, bro. Kidding me? I got this movie. I got this movie of Superman here I could be watching. Like, you know what I'm saying? This movie's still in theaters, boys. What the hell? Is this? Yeah, this is purely educational. I'd never use something like this. Ever. I'm just using it to see what movies are coming out soon, you know? See, upcoming. Well, never use something. I'm just checking what movies are coming out. This is how I see what movies are coming out, you know? No, rarely ever do. I gotta watch Lord of the Rings sometime. Apparently, the Fantastic Four movie is pretty terrible. But Rocky had a good day. Rocky had an alright day, I'm sure. Again, spoiled with treats and such. Wait till my daughter comes in for a sleepover this weekend, dude. My daughter's coming down here for a sleepover. She's in love with Rocky. Spoils the fuck out of him. Rocky loves it. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, that'll be a good time, dude. Be a good time. Yo, yo, let's fucking go, boys. Yo. Paul Miller. Yo, I mean, I'm not watching Superman. Don't worry about that behind the screen. Yo, we got Blood Moon done. We got Blood Moon done. I hopped in at the perfect time. Yo, Paul, dap me up, motherfucker. Let's go, mate. No, I definitely won't have anything like that in my house. She's here, but I won't have nothing like that in the house when she's here. He's watching an ad for the soups, yeah. Oh my god. I no longer need to do. I just need to do 2 bosses. Ah. Ah. We no longer need to kill Blood Moon, boys. Let's go. Have I missed anything good over the last few days? We got the. We need 3 more drops. I got full Blood Moon now. It's loud. They should have a pet for these bosses, and you should be able to swap between all 3 bosses. I agree. I agree. Put it on TV so I could run mole. Yeah, no worries, bro. They don't tell you it's months of grinding for those Falliger tires. Yeah. Gotta find out the hard way, bud. It's well worth it because it just shows you where he is in the tunnel, though. That's rough, bro. You grind. That's crazy. Yo, Mr. Paul Miller. That is fucking horrendous, brother. Let's see what you gotta do for the Falliger Diaries here. I've done the first one, no biggie. Pickpocket Falliger Guide. And the Gothics. Okay. Mine some gold in the crafting guild. Squeeze to the crevice. Uncrafted fruit basket. That's not too bad. 70 prayer. 72 slayer. That's cringe. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. That's pretty fucked. I'm going to go rip a toke. I'll be right back. Which quest? Um. Fuck, what was the name of the quest? Give me a sec here, I'll look it up for you. Perilous Moons quest. That's all you needed. I'm pretty sure the Perilous Moons quest. Those are the stats you need right there. 48, so you're gonna have all those stats. You also need to do Twilight Promise and Children of the Sun. So you need 3 quests, essentially, to be able to do moons. I'm gonna go rip a tote. I'll be right back, though. The Superman movie is pretty gas, actually, by the way. Gentlemen, totes up, eh? No, can I get another drop? Dude, this is a good movie. Holy shit. Yeah, you have a good night, John. Stay safe out there, buddy. Almost went to Blood Moon, but I don't have to do it anymore, baby. Damn, that's crazy work right there. Definitely a lot faster for the chest now. Oh, dude, I wish it was Eclipse. I wish I got the Eclipse chest plate instead of the Blood Moon, but I mean, no, I died. I wasn't paying attention. Fuck, I'm watching Superman, man. Oh no, this movie is really good. Bang, bang, bang. You have a good night, Paul. I mean, you were here for the drop. That's all that matters, bro. You have a good night. Stay safe out there. Maybe some Minecraft or something. She plays Roblox and Minecraft. Yeah, I just got one this stream. I got the Blood Moon chest plate, so now I can wear all of the Blood Moon. I don't need to do one of the bosses anymore. Arguably the hardest boss, but I like need 3 pieces. Oh no, I didn't bring my dual Makis. Any quests now? I'm gonna green log this, and then I'm gonna do like a prestigious moment for the account, getting the fire cape. Fire cape's like an hour-long boss fight, 62 waves, or something like that. Nah, there will be no movies being watched. That will be just straight. You're definitely not watching any movies that are exclusive to theaters, right? No, never, dude. The fuck? Come on now. Who do you think I am? The Superman movie I'm watching right now is from like 1980 or something like that. Superman 2. Widely regarded as one of the best superhero movies ever made. Oh, damn. The only problem with this movie is shit just kind of like happens, you know, like without reason. It's kind of like cheesy at times. Oh, dude, it's fucking 1080p for sure. It's like watching it right in the movie theater back in 1980. Gonna teach your daughter this stuff? Nah, bro. I'm a completely different person around here. Even my mom said that. She's been there chilling with us the other weekend. She's like, you know, Jack, you're a completely different person when you're around here. Yeah, it's probably for the best, you know? We all look up to our fathers. Yeah, man. I try and do my best with her, you know? Try and do my best. That one Canadian dad. That's me. Oh shit, what about the baby? Oh fuck. This movie is actually so cheesy. I don't know if I actually enjoy it. It's got good moments though. Pretty cheesy. It's very CGI heavy. Like the ending. They're fighting in like a complete CGI world. Like I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah. The movie was pretty good up until about like halfway through. I don't know what the fuck that shit. Yeah. CGI back then. The fuck? Yeah, yo, homie just knocked something. Homie just knocked something over in the movie, and then he just looks at his henchman. He's like, pick that up." That's fucking comedy right there. Like the cheesiest scream, and then he screams at his boy, "Pick that up." That's funny as fuck. That was funny. I mean, dude, it's got its moments. You know what I mean? But it's so cheesy, bro. Like, unbelievably cheesy. And then things just kind of like happen. You know what I mean? Like, for example, Lex Luthor breaks into Superman's base, but there's no build up to how he got there. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Too much action on the story. Yo, straight up, like that's how I'm feeling with this movie, honestly. There's like lots of action and shit. And like the characters are like wanting to be so good, but yeah. Like they had good grounds. They kind of went the Omni-Man route and they made it so that like Superman's parents get like a message. Like they send him a message and apparently the message is that he's supposed to like take over and rule the fucking Earth and whatever, and he's like fighting that right now. He's all like fucked up over that. Pretty good storyline, but they just like I don't know. It's lots of random shit. Like I how to explain it. You just have to watch it. You'll understand once you watch it. Movie is like so good but so bad at the same time. Like the cinematography in this movie is really good. Can't lie. But the plot in this movie is just all over the fucking place, dude. Like like all fucking over. Jesus Christ. This is supposed to be like the most heartfelt moment in the movie, and it's so cheesy, bro. Oh my god, dude. This is fucking horrendous. What the fuck? This shit is all over the place, bro. Like, fucking just wow. What in the fuck? Music's pretty good, though. Bro, I'd give this movie like a 5.5 out of 10 so far. Like 3/4 of the way through it. It's got some really good moments, but like overall the storyline is so shit. Yeah, I mean, I definitely spent money watching it for sure. At the end of this, they're probably gonna have it be like the Justice League. Guarantee it. Put money on that. Yo, what the fuck? Oh, he's going into the sun. That makes sense. Yo, this man went into outer space and then flew into the fucking ground and killed his enemies. Like this broad like encased him in this like nanotech bullshit because she's trying to like suffocate him and just fucking flew into the ground and killed them both. The fuck? What? That's fucking just. This movie is shit. Okay, that makes. Bruh, I lagged out and I was getting hit. I lagged out. I was getting hit, and like I couldn't heal. Like what the fuck? That's some bullshit. What's that about? No, I haven't. Redeem Tug. I'll smoke one after this. Bro, the ending to this movie, dude, I'm so conflicted. Like, it goes from being so good to so shit to so good to so shit. Like, it's so bad but so good. Like, this bitch hot girl's flying around like screaming like a hawk. Like, it's so bad but it's so good. It's funny as fuck. Okay, okay. Got you, I got you. What's it called again? Meta. Redeem Toke, I'll be taking it. You just hang on there a second, good sir. I take it off screen now because I blew it out the window. Yeah, my room's can't be having my room dank like a reefer way too much, you know? Bro, I gotta glue this ear cuff fell off. I gotta glue this bitch on. I'll be ripping that toke though. I'll be ripping that toke. This movie's fucking hilariously good and bad, bro. I don't know what to make of it. Fucking cheers. Cheers, gentlemen. Gonna grab a drink. Smoke caramel awake, Rock. Yep, fuck. All I need to do is cook up a steak and Rocky will be awake. Yeah. Yeah, yo. The best part of the movie is that he has this dog, and the dog's a total badass. Oh yeah, dude. If I had steak, the motherfucker would be barking on the other side of my door, 100%. Yo, that was cool. He punched that guy, and his teeth just came flying out in the screen. That was cool. Like, the ending of this movie is so good. Oh. Yeah, motherfucker. He's carrying the dog. Yo, dude, that's hilarious. Bug Duck, you should just watch this movie just because the dog. The dog's a badass. The dog's a total badass. Flowers. What's up, Brendan? How you doing, bud? It's so anticlimactic. Yeah, the ending's a banger though. Like it goes from so weird to like so good to like, dude. This movie, bro, it's like so good but so bad. Holy shit. What the fuck? It's like a comic book. That's the best way to describe that. It's like an actual comic book. You know what I mean? That's the best way to describe that movie because of how things happen. It's kind of like an actual comic book. Not gonna lie, I kind of get what he's going for. Actually, you know, I think. If I look at it from that perspective, it makes sense how things happen in such like a fast-paced order. You know, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you flip a comic book page and boom, something great. Bro, there's Kung Fu Panda 4? Oh my god. What the fuck? Damn, son. This shit's got everything, dude. Tell me you got live sports, too. Yep. It's great. I'm gonna go to bed, gentlemen. Appreciate y'all for chilling. We got the full blood moon tonight. We are just hunting 3 pieces. 174 KC. See if we can get under 300. That'd be sick. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night, everybody.